Okay. So have you ever been around an exhausted dog? I'm an exhausted dog. If you've ever been around an exhausted dog, they stink. They have an odor. It's melodious. But I gotta share this. The man, he sits down right next to me. He pushes a button on his cell phone and he flips around the screen and it says, "Not today. Uber driver stabbed by passenger in Boca." Well, let me tell you something. I'm just an idiotic, stupid dog. But they showed it. It was a little video, and the crux of what the woman was saying was she was stabbed repeatedly with a serrated steak knife, and the culprit who got in this poor woman's Uber down there in Boca and stabbed her repeatedly with a serrated steak knife. He was later identified as a 25-year-old Jonathan Hartman. And what I found to be interesting was I was like, when I first read this, where this happened, I was like, it's probably not a black guy. How many black guys are down there? It was probably a homeless. That's why I thought it was a homeless. And the homeless white guy's like doubly jeopardous. You don't want to get around homeless white people. So when I saw that name, Jonathan Hartman, I knew that, it was a white guy who did this. But as it went on, it said he was wearing a hoodie. Like maybe he was trying to approbate racially and try to, I don't know, maybe stir up some. He was trying to, pretend he was in a hoodie so he could become more violent. But that shouldn't be ascribed to a hoodie. So I don't even know, why I bring it up. But according to the woman who was stabbed repeatedly, Jonathan was like an idiotic, stupid fool. He jumped in the car and he said to the woman, "I only wanted to kill you. That's why I got in the car." And he wrapped his arm around her neck and he took the knife and he went to slash it away. But he had the wrong side of the knife. He had the dull side. That's why I think maybe he had some problems. Maybe he was mentally disturbed beyond being. Maybe he was just kind of a really stupid, kind of a serial killing white homeless freak. He had the wrong side of the knife. God bless, he had the wrong side. It was the dull side. So he starts trying to saw back, and as he's trying to saw back, he's like, why isn't she bleeding? Why is this going? He couldn't figure it out. He couldn't flip the knife over. This Jonathan guy was so stupid, he put the wrong half of the knife up to the woman's neck and tried to saw her neck open. He couldn't even do it. But she says, "Not today." She says, "Not today," and she jumps out of the car. She was screaming at the top of her lungs. But just for kicks and giggles, I had to look up, is Jonathan, I didn't care what race Jonathan was, but I just predicted he would be a homeless, skinny white guy. So I looked him up, and what I discovered was Jonathan Hartman is like a 55-year-old composer for film and TV. He's bald-headed. Looks like he's 55. And someone later said, that's probably not the right Jonathan Hartman. He says he was a 25-year-old kid. And I said, well, that was proof enough for me. Right then and there, I was done fishing. That was good enough.